What's up, everybody? It's The Roar, and here we are today. It's hiking day, and today I am hiking, look at that, right here. Boom. The CCT trail, which is the cross-county trail right here in Fairfax. We are doing section 5 and 4 today. It's going to be about 6.5 miles hike, and right now I came to our first stop. I'm hiking, actually, look at that, I'm hiking with my friend. There's Jamie. Hello, Jamie. He is helping me lose weight. Every week we're gonna go and pick a trail and we're gonna go hike it. So it'll be pretty cool. But look where I am. I found our first historical marker, Chichester Mill, which is right back there. Apparently back in these woods. Can't get there. I would love to go back there one day. But there are a series of where mills used to exist. One of them was called Chichester. The other one, Wakefield Sawmill, the Rock Hill, and the mill at Little River Turnpike, which will be closer to where Little River is, which is maybe a mile or two down that way. Ooh, there is a trail. Look at that. It's a trail we have to go one day. But anyways, we are going to be hiking all the way down to where Wakefield Park is and beyond. Talk to you soon. All right, here we are, 3.5 miles into this walk so far. We have about another 3 miles to go, maybe another 3.5 miles that way. So I just want to talk to you real quick. I am looking for historical sites to do on this trail. I think they're all up there. We haven't passed many up here, but there's going to be a mile length of several historical markers, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. I'm excited about it because some of them are pretty cool. But also, I want to share with you my last week in the videos. I have realized that I have hit 1 year on YouTube. 1 year. I am super excited, and I am so happy that everyone is able to come along for that journey. And I've been all week been editing a video. I'm almost done. I really want to do an edited video thanking you just for being there, always watching my videos, and you know how it's just everything. It's awesome. I'm also going to have an announcement. I am going to have an announcement here very shortly. I've been hopefully working on a new series. That's not going to be the announcement. The announcement is going to be about another giveaway that I want to do, and hopefully it will have a little bit of a spark here on this channel. And then also I've been working on a new series. I am not going to share that series just yet because there's some more finaling touches that I need to do to actually work and make it happen. But anyways, let's continue on with our journey. Let's continue on our hike today. And coming up here, we're actually about to enter the Wakefield Park, Audrey Moore Park. If you remember, that section of the park starts right here. And look at this. Remember the creek? The creek at the beginning of the video? This is about the halfway mark. This is the Accotink Stream Creek, which is also, it's a connection of streams here in the county that kind of just all connect together. So we are basically just following the cross-county trail, basically follows this creek a good portion of the way, almost like 8 miles away. So I'm very, very excited. So let's push on and join me. All right, I am in the woods. We're Wakefield. This is the Wakefield Park. The bridge. Actually, you might be able to see the bridge right over here. Look, let's go through here real quick. Let's go through here. Dude, check out this trail. Look at this. It's pretty cool. It's like a cliff. The bridge is right down there in that little valley there. And up here, I found just one of the most epic views here in this park. You can probably hear it already. But look at this. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. The 495 Beltway right here Look, we're not going to do it because, from what I understand, as soon as you cross this fence line, I think it is actually technically a crime to be on that side where there's a highway. But you can see there's a fence. I don't know if you can see it really well. Let's do it this way. See that? All right here? It's a fence that's obviously torn down. And then right down there on that bankment is the highway. Man, that is pretty awesome. What a great view. And what's even more exciting is I am right back at the 495 Trails, which is back there. All right, let's explore. Nice. Wow. Look at this cool. Look at that. I never knew this existed out here. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Mile 4 maybe, right here on the trail. And we're still on the Cross County Trail. Look. And look, you recognize that bridge? That is the bridge identical to Robert Hansen when he was a spy at Fox Chase Park. So all these bridges along this trail have been replaced. There used to be a red color, but now as you can see, it's like an olive green or a shade of gray. So we're gonna push on. Let's go. Here we are at the first historical marker. There's about a couple more down this way. But I wanted to share this with you. Look at this. Walking in the footsteps of history. This location, most likely behind down this trail, there were camps set up. Remember, most of my videos have been about Confederate troops. Ravensworth, which is right up the road here, was the home of Robert E. Lee as a Confederate general. In this section right here, this camp, there was a camp of Union soldiers. Little River Turnpike is down there. Braddock Road is down that way. The Union troops would station here and protect both sites, because Little River and Braddock were both major thoroughfares into the city, into other forts and everything else, and they were protecting it right here from this site. You kind of gauge. Look how open it is back there. Are you seeing that? Let me see if I can get a better video. It's kind of open right here. So I would imagine all throughout here, you could see where maybe the camps were at the time and things like that. It was really cool. There was a very known skirmish between Confederate and Union soldiers right here, right near this site. But this is just the camping grounds where the Union soldiers were. So it's a little bit of cool history there that I'd like to share. So how awesome. And then right down this road right here, right down this trail that we're going, there's actually what was a slave camp. And also is really cool about that is, well, first of all, it's never cool, but that land was granted, I believe, to the local plantations. We're right in the middle of 4 big plantations back in the day. You had Ravensworth, you have Ossian Hall, you had Brayburn Manor, and then you had 2 more that have, that the location is still unknown, but it was in this area, all run by the same family, all ran by, I believe, the Custis family and Robert E. Lee's family. So they both had property down here. And also Brayburn Manor, which is still standing to this day. I'm going to try to do a video in there Sometimes they have open houses, the family in there. It's a private residence, but the family will open their house every now and then for people to explore and everything else. I thought that was really cool. Even if I don't even know if that family's still living there, but it is pretty awesome. But all right, let's move on. So, that's what I'm gonna say. So this camp that we're about to see, it's a known slave camp. Was when the owners of a lot of those manors had died, they put it in their wills that they want their land to be given to their slaves. So you will see a lot of that and a lot of historical markers that say that. And I think it would be cool to put up a monument. So one of those campsites is marked right down this path, and we're gonna go check it out. How cool is that? Union soldier history right here. All this land was a camping site for the Union soldiers. And what they didn't know is right across there, what is now Braddock Road, was the location of one of Robert E. Lee's houses before the Civil War. And he sold it, or he either sold it or got rid of it before the Civil War, so people would not be able to locate him or locate his properties very easily. So that's also another little cool fact of history. Let's move on. All right. Do you recognize where I am? Take a look around me. Braddock Road, right there. And back that way over yonder, is Little River Turnpike. And we're right here in the middle, where also could have been camping sites for Union soldiers and everything else. Also, there's also a camping site for Confederate soldiers. That I do not know where it is, but I have been looking for that as well. But I also want to share with you. Let me get out of the way. There's a bike coming. I also want to share with you one other thing. I am actually between this section over here and behind me. You kind of see a power station. It's kind of hard to see right now, but there's a power station out that way. When I looked at some old maps, there was an old all-boys prep school back here. Now, I need to put a little caution here. I saw it on one map, and that's it. That is it. There's like no record of it or anything else. So one of my next projects, I am going to do extensive research to see if I can pinpoint the exact location of where an old school school was. So I was on a historical website. It has a lot of cool history and everything, kind of like the website What's Near You or Atlas Obscura. I love that website. It was actually right at one of those, a site like that. But according to the map had the location right here, the pin, and it said prep school. Old prep, didn't say old prep school. There was actually a name to it. I forgot the name because it was about a month or two ago when I saw it. But I have been trying to look it up and everything else. I cannot find it, but I will get to the bottom of it because it would be cool to explore that site. It really would. So here I am, still moving forward on the Cross County Trail. And let's take a look here. We actually have a plaque up here. Let's see what this historical plaque says as we pass by Jamie, who is walking ahead of me. So I have not seen this plaque to the right. I think it's for more vegetation. Like along this trail, there's a lot of plaques that say this is different plants, weeds. Stay away from the vines that are poisonous, which there are some along here. Let's see what this says. Walking the footsteps of history. Oh, look at this. Can you see that? Streams of survival. So it looks like it was a water mill. Looks like there was a water mill here. For Native American People's Streams Valley meant survival. They followed, oops, wow, that's kind of off. In search of food, many trails you walk were established by these early inhabitants. So that's pretty cool. So there was a water mill right along here as well. Probably down here too, because this is the deepest. This is probably the deepest creek along this trail right here. Was one of the deepest. With droughts and everything else, it has dried up. Actually, no, there will be no place. I do not see possible place for a building there, over on that side. Does look like a platform, but it's so that's really cool around these areas. A lot of things you'll notice. It's a lot of the historic places or historical buildings. They just bulldozer them down. They don't save them. They don't do anything. They just make land, make way for new property and everything else. So I'm going to end this video, this whole hike at Ravensworth, which is a shopping center. It was also the plantation, or not the plantation, the mansion of Robert E. Lee. It was not, I don't think it was not a plantation. That was not entirely sure. But we will end that video there, which is about half mile to a mile away. Let's move. There it is. We found the location, the spot. Take a look here. Right back here in these woods was once a slave community of freed slaves that started after the Civil War. After the North won, this back here was a community of like freed slaves. Also, we're in the middle, right here. Ravensworth Park is on the other side there, on the other side of these trees, where Robert E. Lee once stayed before the Civil War. Back in this direction is Brayburn, another plantation that also, where when the war started, Robert E. Lee wrote to his wife to take shelter at the Brayburn mansion, because by that time, everybody knew he was staying at Ravensworth, which is right across the street, diagonal almost, to where we are now. We're going to end the video there. And on this side, right across the way, right over here, where I told you about, was where there was a small slave community. I mean, there was houses here. You can see the picture right here. Right here on this plaque. This is an actual rendering, artist rendering of the area here. But on this side, right across the trail here, a Native American tribe, much earlier, before the Civil War. But on this side was Native American tribe, supposedly, that inhabited this part of the county, which is, it's pretty awesome to learn. So now we will head on to the final destination, which is Ravensworth Plantation. Well, this is it. The final destination on our stop, on our hike. We're gonna end the hike here after 7 miles. According to my phone, maybe 7.2. Right here at the location of Ravensworth Plantation. A temporary safe house. Look at that. This is the family I was thinking of right here, the Fitzu. the Fitzhugh family was very, Custis and Fitzhugh were both very big Civil War families here in this area, and they owned a great deal of plantations and homes that were burned down, either burned down or destroyed. Ossian Hall which is down the road here. We'll go there one day. Actually, we've been there in our video. The trail in Ossian Park, that was the location of the Ossian Hall plantation. That was a controlled burn by the Fairfax County Park, or Fairfax County Fire Department, to make way for the park and the trees there they're going to construct. So take a look at this. This is inside the home. This is what the home looked like. This is part of the indoors. I'd like to do a more extensive video on that very soon. Now, I will end this video by talking to you real quick. Someone gave me a very good idea. I was talking to someone who is in the entertainment business. He has a production company. He's from Hollywood. He has a production company in Hollywood. He was out here visiting, and I was able to talk to him, and he gave me a really good idea. We were talking about editing. I was asking what software he may have used, things like that. He was telling me, if you aren't good at editing, go to the local college, put up flyers, and ask for interns. There are interns that are in the field, and they will do the editing for you. So I may do that and, learn some things on the way and just see. I mean, that is a brilliant idea. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And that is the end of the video. And I say goodbye. See ya. Subscribe below.